Welcome back to AA's Corner. And is this what it feels like when people want their Super Bowl team to win? Because I am hyped, man. And you can call me AA. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce the cast of panelists that are joining us tonight to talk about The Circle, Season 2, Episode 6. And we're going to always start at the bottom with Skylar. Hello, Skylar.
I'm Skylar, and I actually was going to use the Super Bowl line, so thanks for that.
Well, go ahead. Here, let me change mine. I was gonna say where we key till the key.
That
was actually his backup.
That one was actually my second one, so thanks for doing that one too. No, I'm Skylar, and just like the CDC, I also suggest please stay 6 feet away from me. Please.
Okay. I'm 20 miles from you, so pretty good. And moving on over to the right, Kayla, not from the Bronx.
Or Compton.
Hey guys, it's Kayla, not from Miami.
Are you trying to make it a guessing game for them?
Next. I'll give you guys a hint. Next time it's more north.
Hashtag Texas Siblings Rock. Moving on to the favorite, the cast favorite is Miss April.
That's my new tagline.
Hey, what's your hoodie say?
Yes, I'm cold. Me, 24/7.
Looks familiar.
Now, hi, I'm April. And I'm not going to be breastfeeding a snake tonight.
Because you already chopped the head off? Okay. So, we ended. I feel like every episode ends on a cliffhanger. Have y'all noticed that? Is this a trend? Is this
That's good, though. Gives us something to get points with.
It's a reality show. It's supposed to.
So, this episode starts with Courtney discussing all of his options, which you guys were right because it had everybody on the screen. So I think he could have chosen himself. But of course, it doesn't tell us just yet. So everybody says good morning. Chloe wakes up, starts her day talking about the boys. I just want y'all to know that. Okay.
Yeah.
But what really gets us started in this episode is Emily decides to private chat with Courtney. I just like Courtney. I just think he's so funny. I just like his smart aleckness. And I didn't know how to spell that, so y'all should see how I did spell it. But I like his little comments because I feel like that's the same thing I would say.
I just liked that my closed captioning said imitates vomit.
It did say that, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because he was like, yeah.
Skylar, what's wrong with your eye?
I had a very, very long day today.
Oh, I can't see you. Okay, I just wanted to make sure because, like, my eye is watering. My allergies are killing me.
I just had a really long day. I just got home from work. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Well, let's get through this for you. So do you guys think that that Emily made a good decision privating Courtney?
I think in her eyes, she made the only decision she thought she could. But was it eventually a good decision? No. I don't think it would have mattered.
No. I think Courtney has his mindset and Emily
Okay.
just made an ass of herself, himself, their self.
Okay. And then we move to Mitchell. Mitchell is in the gym and decides to private message Chloe.
Can I just say that the what do you call the lady that's doing the
The
commentary?
narrator.
The narrator. I love it that she says, and he still hasn't unpacked his shirts.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
She has some good little one-liners in there too. And immediately Chloe is like, I want him to flirt with me. I'm just
I
going to
love
say it.
him.
While she's in the bath. Hold on.
I'm
While
just going
she's
to
in the
say it.
bath.
I want him to flirt with me. As he's yelling, she's yelling it. Yes, while she's in the bath. She's in this, but that was a pretty bomb bubble bath. I'm just saying. That was a lot of bubbles.
I wonder how many bubbles are in this bath.
Did you see that? The ball. The little, I wonder how many. Okay, just making sure. Everybody, you can see the ball as Skylar did that because it matches 100%. Okay. And as he sends the flirt, for a flirty little message about being a red hot little chili pepper, she screams, says she's having a heart attack, and confesses she is in love with him. That's it. I'm in love with him. That's all it took.
Do they not hear each other whenever they're doing these ear-piercing shrieks of theirs? Like, how do the neighbors not hear her go, oh my God, I love him. I just love him. You know, like they have to hear him or her.
Maybe she was in between Bryant and what's her name's room.
Yeah.
I done forgot her name because she's gone.
Ooh, man, that was quick. That's quick.
But I remember Bryant.
I bet you do. Breathe about it.
This whole message. So sometimes I feel like they show us this stuff for filler.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sitting here like, do I need... The girl says she didn't know... What did she say she didn't know? When he said, I've got big hands, if you know what I mean. And she's like, I don't, Mitchell. I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Tell me what that means.
Flirt with me, please.
Oh, my gosh. And then... The thing is,
but her bathtub was pretty small. I mean, I'm gonna say I agree with her. Her bathtub was pretty small.
I don't think he would have fit in there with her, as full as it was. Maybe as
a few less bubbles.
But the thing is, okay. So here's what I have to say, and maybe not yet, but it blows my mind how. In the last episode, the Joker is talking about Terralicia and Chloe. And Mitchell just does not seem to care at all what was said. Like, there is no... He's like, man, I know this. I have some information. But instead of, like, let me be careful, he went straight in with these girls. So I just find that...
I mean, it could be that he's just like a boredom filler for him. Because he even says like, oh, I just flirted into 2 DMs, you know, but I'm not going to tell them that. You know, it could just be that he's bored.
Does anybody know the narrator's name? Is her name Michelle?
Yeah.
Is it?
That's the first thing that popped in my mind when you asked. So
Because it pops up when she's talking over, it will say Michelle on my subtitles.
So I just want to say, even Michelle,
how do you spell
you just bang on the keyboard a bunch of times.
So, I just thought it made me chuckle a little when Michelle was like, I don't really think he's a virgin.
I wrote that down too.
So, but while she's in the bathtub talking, kikiing it up with Mitchell, she gets a private chat with Trevor. So now we have a huge dilemma, guys. Do I stay and talk to Mitchell, or do I talk to Trevor? And her answer is, I need to make sure Trevor is still in love with me.
I love Mitchell's response to that, though. Mitchell was just like, and she left.
That's cool. Because he's like, all right, well, let me get on out of here. And he was going to say something. And she hung up the phone. She's like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done with you.
So she leaves Mitchell. But, so she's talking to Trevor. Did you guys catch the one a few times? I was like, look at my girl go. I don't know why I just called her my girl, but I did. So did you guys catch in this whole conversation she's having where she actually she put some things together?
Yes. Yes.
Let's
I
talk
guess
about
I
it.
Yes.
So what was it? What did you guys come up with?
That Trevor was not thinking with his male appendage
Yes.
like most.
So
And she was like, has he ever? And she, I mean, like, you can see that she's like, has Trevor ever thought with his penis?
Yeah.
Even though I don't even know her name. Who is it? What's her name? Delisa?
Delisa.
She's over there. That's my girl. That's my girl. It makes me feel so warm.
So you have a guy, Mitchell, flirting with Chloe
Mm-hmm.
in a typical, in my mind, male fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Then you have a girl acting as a guy flirting with Chloe in a non-typical guy fashion, but not in a bad guy fashion.
No, but I think there's a clear difference.
There is. There is. I'm just saying, is she smart enough to figure out this isn't a guy?
I think it'll take her a while, but I think she'll get there. I think that's a slow moving train.
On episode 13.
On the last episode, when she leaves, she's going to be like, you know what? I'm going to go see Trevor. You know what? Trevor might not be a guy. Hold on.
Well, and it makes sense.
The last episode.
Yeah.
Her last episode.
Oh.
She ain't gonna win.
I was like, what?
Her last episode.
I was gonna say it makes sense though now that she is realizing that, because I don't think any of the other guys in the group have really kind of talked to her and like flirted with her like that. So now there's an actual guy for her to be able to compare the conversations to.
Well,
Well,
before
really-
before Mitchell, all the other guys are gay.
Right.
Brian wasn't gay.
So, well,
Huh?
Brian didn't hit her up like that, like flirt with her
No,
and
he
like actually
didn't.
talk to her. Did he?
No,
Mama.
he didn't.
Bryant was a little.
Bryant loved everybody equally.
True.
Which meant like men is included in that. So he's.
I know.
I didn't do the whole thing. Hold
But
on.
said it just
Hold
as loud.
Not do the whole thing. I did it a little bit. He's a little.
So I actually wrote down, girl actually says it's like he doesn't think with his penis. What? Whoa. Could it be? And then a few, like, every time I'm thinking things, I write it down. And then if it's a minute before my next thought, I skip a space. I skipped a space and I said, nope, she loves him. LOL. So, girl, it's not there yet. She's talking about vacation. Not there. So then we get an alert. Batter up. And Mitchell, poor Mitchell.
He's so dumb. He's so
Is-
dumb.
Is Mitchell our male version of Chloe?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that what we've
Perfect
landed
for
on?
each other.
Well, hold on. I do want to point out that when it popped up on the screen, it said batter up. It had a picture of a chef. Literally had a picture of a chef. And he's like, oh, baseball. Baseball batter up? Line them up. Batter up. Yeah.
Yeah, the batter steps up to the plate. They're batter up. And then they swing. And they miss. Or they swing. So that's what I landed on. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page here. But this challenge was they were to bake a pancake that looks like an animal that best represents their personality. So have you guys ever done this?
No,
I've
but
made
I
a
think we
pancake.
should.
I've cooked a pancake.
What did you say, Michaela?
No, but we definitely should do this one of the nights. Just do little pancake art. I'm totally down.
I don't even know. I think I was right there with Trevor when she was like, I can cook, but I can't do pancakes. I don't know if I can even do a pancake.
Would that be like food coloring? Is that what they were using?
Yeah.
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 It's food coloring in it. I mean, I can make pancakes, but trust me, the first 4 are burnt before I get my rhythm.
Did you see that old boy was mixing the stuff in the pan?
Who did that?
Mitchell. He was like, man, this is really yellow. And
I
it was
didn't
like,
get I gave him an F, so
okay, so let's talk about it. So who was your favorite out of all the little pancakes? Who's actually turned out well that you liked?
I gave A's to Trevor and Kat,
Who won it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say Trevor. I like Trevor's.
Okay.
I think Kat was my favorite. I don't know.
she made the koala. No, she made the fish.
No, the
Didn't she? Yeah, she made the fish and she made it look like he had like a fin.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the other fish though?
Was there another fish?
Lance.
Yes.
Oh.
Who?
It was
Wait, I thought
literally
Lance had a frog.
blob.
Who did the
It was
frog?
supposed to be a fish.
You know,
It just
The
looked
green
like a frog.
thing?
so I wrote
It
down
looked
the
like a
people's-
frog to me.
I wrote down the people's name, and then I wrote down what it was supposed to be, and then I wrote down what it looked like.
Uh-huh.
And y'all are talking about Lance, right?
Uh-huh.
So I have Lance. I couldn't figure out what it was supposed to be, and then I put Shrek.
Oh.
That's what it looked like.
It looks so bad. And then
Ogre
like she
is an
tried,
animal.
like A for effort, because she put like little blue like lines on the top, and so like she tried to put the waves in there, but Kat, yeah, she did a good job with her fish.
So I liked River's peacock. I thought that was, I mean, a fish cannot be hard to do as far as, but it's
Have
hard
you
to
ever
do.
done it?
In my head, I did, and I don't think I think it's easier to do than a peacock.
It's like a
I can tell you that when he looked at it and he said, that looks like a turkey. And then we got to look at it, it looked more like a turkey than a peacock.
Hey, somebody called it out and was like, "Oh, that's a peacock." So the fact that somebody got it,
True that.
One person got it. I bet it was Mitchell.
I think it was Courtney.
Was it Courtney? Yeah.
So
I
I
like
do
others.
think we should try that, and you should definitely do that for your kids, Gia and Wade. My kid's too old to do anything like that. He don't even eat breakfast.
My kids are too old to do anything like that.
See? Her kids are too old. I can't do it.
Mm.
Sorry.
You
With
should.
me, they're too old to do it with me.
You should.
They-
You should just do it, Mom. I think we would love it.
Yeah, Mom, just make us breakfast. What are you doing?
Can we get a koala?
I want a peacock. Sky wants a fish, and Kayla wants a koala.
If I can choose, I don't want a fish.
You already chose. That was your favorite.
No. Cat's fish was my favorite of those. If
Catfish. Catfish?
If mom's making me one, I want mom to make me something else because maybe her something else would be my favorite opposed to the fish.
You know what? I'll make y'all all
Can you make me a pet rock?
animal pancakes when there is such an animal that's sort of round.
A rock?
There is a koala.
There's a lot of them.
That's what it's going to look like.
Oh,
There.
it's gonna be a rat.
But I love how she said sorta
Jellyfish.
round. Not perfectly round, sorta round. It's gonna be oval.
So then you get alert, alert, alert. There has been a joker in the pack. So now the cat is out of the bag.
The cat, not cat, but the cat.
The cat, not cat. Yes. Did you guys like their reaction to finding out about this Joker? Was
Yeah.
it what you expected?
And they're like,
Yeah.
well, I'm not the Joker. Who's the Joker?
And so they're told that this Joker was able to be the first person to speak to the new players. And this Joker has a special power. So they're all trying to figure it out. And here's where my girl comes back in, right? This is 2 times in this one episode. I actually heard Chloe say, well, whoever is picked must be trusted by the Joker. Like, she's the only one that kind of like, now, I get it that this might be some common sense to a lot of people, but she actually said it out loud. I was like, girl,
But she
actually
has
said
to.
2 things that made sense tonight.
She has to say it out loud, otherwise she doesn't think it.
She doesn't retain it.
She has to hear it.
Well, I thought she
And
did
I bet
good.
she still forgot.
I think she did good. So then they're told who the special power is that the Joker got to choose who the first influencer was going to be.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to do. I can't roll my R's, so I can't do that. It's River. Who said River last time?
Me.
You
Now Taylor
did.
gets a point.
All
I'm pretty
right.
sure it's like the
Hey, I
first
said
like
it too.
actual point. No, you did not.
No, you did not. Mom said Chloe. I said Trevor. Skylar said Emily.
Yeah.
Kayla said River. So good job. Kayla gets a point. So
So now
Now-
I'm winning.
no,
No.
Skylar's winning by 1 as of right now. But now they must rate. Kat and Mitch cannot be rated, but they can rate, which I don't think is fair. And then same goes for River. So, did you guys do your own ratings?
Yes.
Let's talk through what your ratings are.
I rated Tara Alicia to be last, and then Chloe to be next to last, and then Lance in the middle, and then Emily, and then Courtney, and Trevor to be that was my rating.
Okay.
So
Kayla,
it
did you?
wasn't too far off.
Not too far.
So I did not really do my ratings. I can just tell you that Emily's going to be in my first place. And I can tell you that right now, Courtney's sitting in my last place. Everybody
can-
else.
Oh, okay. At this time, you got it. So Emily first and Courtney last. Okay, Skylar.
Courtney was number 1. Tara Alicia was in last. Trevor's down there in the last 2. And then Emily and Chloe are somewhere in there. I don't really care anymore about them.
Okay. But they're
I want Emily to go home though, but she's like in there. What?
you don't really care about them anymore, but you're gonna put them somewhere in the top and middle of your ratings.
Because it doesn't really matter right now.
Well,
No,
there's
like, it
And
doesn't
why
matter.
you
It
hate
just,
on Emily?
So,
it just matters who's at top.
So
Last place doesn't guarantee you go home.
I rated Lance is 6, Terralicia is 5, Emily is 4, Chloe 3, Trevor 2, Courtney 1. That was my ratings. So, but before we get to their ratings, Terralicia, she wants to know who this dang Joker is. So she privates Kat because she knows, she has a feeling Kat's going to tell her. And Kat's telling us, I'm going to tell them. They said, you a liar, you a backstabber. I'm going to tell you the truth. Right? So, how do you guys feel that conversation went? Was that a good call to private Kat for Terralicia?
yes.
Yes.
Did it help? No. Because Kat could only tell her what she thought.
But I think it still helped though. I mean, I think it still helped. No, hold on. But I think it helped in the fact of Terralicia now feels like she has somebody, right? And Kat now feels like she has somebody because they were able to have that moment, right? And it helped Courtney because Courtney obviously pulled it off.
Yes. So
Courtney pulled that off perfectly.
but I'm blown. I don't understand how.
It's very frustrating.
We talked about
I guess
hey,
because we
can you go on
it,
YouTube and look at our last video? Because we explained it.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. We explained it.
But I didn't get it then.
What are you
Look,
talking
how many
about
girls
that
are
you
there?
don't get?
How many girls are there? 3 girls, right? Chloe?
But there's a lot of gay people. So what does it matter?
Girls. How many girls are there? Gay people are not girls. I mean,
I
they
know.
could be. But there's 3 girls.
It doesn't. I know.
Hold on,
But-
I'm confused now. What aren't you getting?
I don't get how when Terralicia is told that she was a snake and not to trust Emily, whatever, that nothing else was said. It was just, I was told this about you and this about Emily, or about Chloe. She sits down on the bed and out of nowhere she goes, it was Emily. But like
Yes.
nothing was said. Like she
Okay,
knows that Courtney was really close to Savannah. So why is your first thought Emily?
What's her name?
It makes
Thanks,
me think
Mom.
that
Thank you.
that they forgot that Courtney and Savannah were so close because I feel like nobody even has mentioned it was like, oh, so nobody went to go or Savannah went to go see nobody and then they were just left it at that. Like nobody ever admitted that Savannah came
Right.
to see them. And there I thought there was somebody who called it and was like, oh, she went to go see Courtney. But it seems like nobody is remembering that. And for some reason, they're not like Terralicia's not making that connection.
But if you think about it, right? If you think about it, it was the girls were all having the drama. None of the boys were in the drama really, right? It was all the girls basically attacking each other. So for one person to come out and say, well, this person's a snake, this person's going to stab you in the back, regardless if Savannah went to go see Courtney or not, right? So now Courtney knows. Regardless of that,
No.
if you do process of elimination,
No,
then it
you're
could
wrong.
only be Emily. I'm not wrong.
thought is
because
wrong.
I thought
obviously-
Terralicia thought the girl saved her though.
Yes, thank you. Claps. You get an extra point. So the reason I'm just kidding.
Look here, Drew Carey. Calm
You
down.
don't. I'll give you a star, but you're not getting any points. But that's what I'm saying. Like they were a part of a girl gang, and the only one they were fighting against was Savannah. So Terralicia
Right.
was kept by Emily and Chloe. So why
Yes.
is Terralicia thinking that
Okay,
Emily's
hold on. in that entire paragraph that you just said, you only said girls' names, right? You did not say a male's name. You did not say a boy's name. You only said girl's name. Savannah's already gone. They literally named Tara Alicia. They named Chloe. Who is the last one that was not named or is not gone?
This is me acting like Tara Alicia. Well, I know it couldn't be my girl Emily. Who else was close to Savannah? Who was close to Savannah? Oh, Chloe. Just like that.
No.
Not Chloe, Courtney.
No.
Courtney.
No.
Just like that.
No. Because
let's
you.
move on.
I'm just saying. It makes sense. You're just not
I just
getting
would
it.
like to know if they could just like connect the dots there for us and like show us what happened between the girl
They
gang
did.
thing.
They did.
What
connect it.
happened? They all got in an argument together? I thought like the three of them were cool in the girl gang.
It doesn't matter.
I think
It doesn't
I think there's a whole lot more conversation than that we get to see. And then some of the conversations we get to see is just, I think Ashley said it earlier, just filler stuff. And it's like, we're just.
But Emily isn't, but like, I guess Emily isn't coming at Tara Alicia. So even if there was more things that we didn't see, the only person who knows that Courtney did that trying to portray himself as Emily is Courtney. So how else?
But just like you,
Other
just like I
conversation.
said, like just like you were talking, right? You did not say a boy's name at all. So that's in their head too. They're not thinking about the boys. They're thinking about only girls. And the only girl who wasn't named was Emily. So they
And
have to, she's going to assume it was Emily.
And that's what Kat said. Well, her name was not mentioned, right?
So Kat laid it out. So that made sense to you?
No, it still doesn't. But I'm just gonna move on because Mama yelled at us, so we gotta go.
It's alert time.
All right, so alert! The ratings are in. Coming in 6th place, Tara Alicia. Again,
Yes.
2 times in a row. Last week, she was saved by the hair on her chinny chin chin. Wonder if she'll be saved this week. 5 is Lance. 4 was Emily. 3 was Trevor. 2, Chloe. And 1, Courtney.
As it should be.
So, points for influencers goes to River. Who had River?
Adaid.
Who?
Kayla.
No, you did
I'm
not.
sorry. She said that as country as possible. So it could have been any of us.
It wasn't. That's April. April had River.
That is true. And then I
She
had
didn't even know. She was going to let you have the point. She didn't even know.
Well,
Wait, do I have
in her
Courtney
defense-
also? Oh no, I marked off Courtney. I got Trevor and River.
Yep. So the points are tied up with first place with me and Skylar at 5. Kayla at 4 and April at 3. So when they were doing the ratings at the end with Courtney winning it, did y'all happen to see Chloe twerk like I do? Like she twerks exactly like I do. Did y'all see that?
Let's see it.
No. Can you demonstrate?
On camera?
I'm with the hub here. We need a demonstration.
Yeah, we I don't think I've ever.
We've
seen
already
this work,
determined
so
it's not
gotta
actually
compare
kid
it.
friendly. So
Oh my gosh. I don't even think
hey, she can do it. You need twerk music.
no. Just go. Yes. Okay. This was Chloe.
Yes, Tina.
Oh my God.
I like that top.
Thank you.
I chose it.
You dressed her this morning.
Sent me pictures. Wear this and this.
Exactly.
So they get another alert. they are now gonna go do their blocking. And I thought they were so funny. I really do. They just make me smile. Why do you give me that look?
I think what bothers me is like, I don't know if none of y'all have really been into the LGBT community, right? But some people make being gay their entire personality. And the fact that the first message was like hashtag rainbow power, like it has why?
You're just
Like why do
supporting
you
each other.
but why you can't support him as a person? You have to
Just
support him
like
because
if
he's
it was
gay?
another lady, I would be like, ladies.
Why?
I don't know.
Like,
Because it's what we have in common.
they have a lot more in
I have
common
a-
than just being gay.
I have a
Do they
question
now?
though. Do you guys think it's the same notebook every single time that's up there? And can they see what other people have written down in the notebook?
I thought about that, but then I was like, no, that'd be stupid.
No. I think that when you go, I think that's one of the benefits of going to the blocking is that you get a new notebook. It's kind of like a hey souvenir.
Oh, okay. So then, like,
'Cause he
at the end of
opened
the
it,
game, they'll all have an influencer.
What's his
thing at
face
some point?
opened it and it was blank.
Like
Courtney.
Oh,
Chloe's
that's cool.
mind. That was funny.
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear what you said.
Skylar said it was blank, and I said, like Chloe's mind.
And now
Oh.
she says it out loud.
Because everything just comes out. Like there's nothing that stays in because she just says it and it's out there. So speaking of Chloe, they decide to start their let's talk about our players with Chloe. And I am surprised. So who is Chloe? Sky does. I really am surprised. I'm sitting here looking at the names of the people. So she's got Mitchell. Obviously, she's got River and
Trevor.
Courtney. She's got Emily.
Trevor.
She's got Trevor. I mean, really, she's set up pretty well.
Alicia.
Does she, I mean, I would think so. Yeah. I mean, I just haven't seen much about Chloe and Terry Alicia, but Terry did say that Chloe was her bestie in the house, I guess. So really, outside of Lance and Kat, she's set up pretty well.
I think in the
And I
last
think it'd be-
episode. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think in the last episode, Skylar and I were talking about how it may seem like there's some strategy to what she's doing. And she actually said something this time that kind of made me also think that, because in her ratings, when she realized where she was at with the ratings, she was like, flirt with the boys, that's what I say, or something like that. And so it even more furthers my theory that there's actually a strategy that she's doing with all of this acting dumb and flirting with the guys.
She's not just a dumb blonde. She's a dumb blonde with a plan.
Yeah. Written down in her notebook because it's not in her head because she had to write it and talk it.
All right, moving on to Lance.
I wrote down that it had to be said out loud. I'm keeping him for gameplay, not because I'm a fangirl. So in my head, I was like, who is he trying to convince? And he really thinks this is Lance.
He does. Nobody else does.
No one
Except for
else believes that this is Lance. They're just keeping him for gameplay.
He's a neutral player, though. I mean, that's smart, though.
He
Which
is.
Which one of them said take him to the end because no one's going to give him $100,000?
Courtney.
Was it Courtney? But yeah,
Yes.
one of them.
Courtney said, I'm going to take him to the end because nobody in their right mind would give them $100,000.
Okay. But they both decide we're keeping him. So then they bring up Trevor. And as soon as Trevor's name was mentioned, Courtney's like, he's not going anywhere. We're not doing this. So, where have you guys seen, because maybe I just don't remember, where have you guys seen Courtney and Trevor even talk?
Nowhere.
Nope.
But is that strategic in a way of, well, if we get rid of Trevor, which is Chloe's main man, Chloe's going to be pissed off at us two, and then we're going to have an enemy, and she has all these people. You know what I mean? Like, is that strategic in his eyes, or is Trevor just a neutral player as well?
What did Savannah say about Trevor to Courtney as well? Because we know that she talked about like the other players and like the drama. So I wonder if she also talked about like, oh, you can trust Trevor or something like that.
Yeah. Like, oh, I had a deep connection with Trevor or something, you know.
Something, maybe.
Well, I think going into it, no matter what River was thinking or whatever, in Courtney's mind, Terry Alicia or Emily's going home.
Yes.
No matter what.
Right.
He has that planned, yeah.
And so Trevor, when he was mentioned and he said, no, he's not going home, Savannah might have told him something. But we can't let him go home because
we need Emily or Terry Alicia to go home.
Yeah.
However, for River, I really liked how he really was kind of thinking and putting his thoughts on when he was doing this, because he had a strong reason why Trevor should be an option for River, right? Like, yes, it said, well, let's just keep him as an option for now before they moved on. But his reasoning made a lot of sense. He's like, you know, I've talked with him, but every conversation I've initiated, he's never reached out to me. So I just thought that was that just showed maybe a different side of River that I don't know that we've seen yet.
Has there been any conversation that Trevor initiated with another man? Or is it that Trevor is trying so hard to be a man that she feels like she has to only talk to girls to prove she's a man?
Like initiate, because I know she's talked to.
Trevor's talked to River.
I don't think he has.
Trevor, I believe, has talked to Courtney, but I don't think Trevor has ever initiated a conversation with somebody else, another man.
He talked to Lance, because they did the game.
But I still think that was Lance that
Lance initiated it, I think.
Yeah,
Lance did.
I will say, to piggyback off of what you were saying about River, like what he was saying about keeping him as an option, I also saw a different side of River in the sense that he put his foot down. Like, he wasn't, like, Courtney came in really hot with the, can we please just keep him? And River was like, like, he didn't fall for that. And I feel like some of the other influencers going in, they were really quick to, like, bend, you know, their thoughts just to help the other influencer. So I really like how River was like, nah, let's just go ahead and keep him as an option.
Yeah. Well, I really think this is the first time that we've seen River actually, like, be strategic instead of being in his feels, and he doesn't want to hurt people's feelings, and he's going to cry.
Crying every time.
Yeah. He better not cry with whoever they select. I'm just telling you.
Oh, he's crying.
He's going 100%. To. He's crying. Whoever goes home, he's crying.
He's going to be like, I did this.
Can that be a vote?
If he cries.
If he cries or not. So then they start to talk about Emily. And Courtney wants to play this off like, tell me your thoughts. But then River kind of responds with a no, tell me your thoughts.
I loved that.
Did you? Were you guys surprised at all with how their conversation about Emily was going down? Think from their point of view.
Yeah. I think that I was more surprised in the fact that, one, because Courtney trusts River a lot, I was more surprised that Courtney was so reserved with what he was saying and was so like, I'm not giving information. I just want to know what he thinks. But then River was like, I'm not giving information. Tell me what you think. Like, I'm not doing this. But I mean, didn't they? Weren't they were like, well, let's save her for later or something like that?
They did agree to make her a maybe.
Yeah.
But during this time, no. So then they bring up Terralisha. And Courtney's like, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to trust him. I'm going to tell him about how Savannah told him about the influencer chat after they had it, and how straight up said, she's coming for me. So I really am scared if we leave her here now, I'll be the next to go. And I mean, I think that's a very strong reason too, because he's absolutely right. If she somehow winds up with power, yes, he's
Courtney's gone.
On her chopping block. There's no questions asked.
Or is Emily gone?
Emily, yep.
Well, but they don't know. Hold on. But if you're thinking from his point of view, he doesn't know that Terralisha thinks that it's Emily.
Yeah.
He's not aware of that conversation, right? So in his head, he's like, I am her next enemy. I'm going home if she stays.
Yeah,
and
if
I
she
think
stays, Emily would be going home anyway. So
right. Yeah. So I mean, either way, he would be.
But I really liked how River responded with Trevor's not even on a question now. Trevor, we're good keeping him. It's between Emily and Terralisha.
Yes.
Which I still find not surprising, but surprising, because Emily was on his board of 4 on his cabinet of this is my people. And then Terralisha was right here because this was his people. He just needed her to calm down, but he's okay with choosing between the two.
But I think when you're looking at the options, right? Because that's what they do. They look at the options. They go through every name. When you look at the options, the real 2 that are the most convenient for both of them are Emily and 100%, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
and Trevor was also in his 4, right?
No.
Oh, where was
Trevor was like over there.
And his 4 was
Trevor was right next to Terralisha.
Oh.
In his 4, the 4 was Emily,
Lance,
Chloe, Courtney.
Yep.
Was his 4.
Which I think is said in their conversation that they're like, they want to make an alliance with blah, 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 this person, this person, this person, this person. How do you feel? Okay, cool.
And you're making an alliance with Emily, but Emily's one of these that we're okay to get rid of.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta.
Maybe she was at the bottom of the 4 in his eyes.
Yeah.
Or is it because they're just gonna vote to get rid of Terralisha?
Because that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna vote out Terralisha, as they should.
Yeah.
We haven't put our voting, so don't say what's gonna happen because you don't know. We haven't even voted yet.
They're gonna vote off Terralisha. That's my vote.
It's not Savannah's fault. It was
Terralisha. Savannah.
Terralisha did the first blow when she answered Savannah.
Savannah tried to act like she was innocent. Savannah tried to act like she had nothing to do with Bryant going home.
Oh my gosh.
And
Savannah's gone. Get off of
with
it.
the intentions to stir crap up. And she did. Now look.
But she helped Courtney.
Savannah may be gone, but she's like a little ghost up here every time Courtney's doing something. It's like Savannah's like, oh yeah, get him. Hashtag drama needs to just stop. I guess, yeah, with Terralisha going home, that would work.
First of all, hold on. I don't know why y'all think there ain't going to be no drama. This is a reality show with adults.
But I mean, like, the girl drama is like, can we just see some guys go at it for a little bit? Like,
no, we're about to get
strategic.
No, because when guys argue, they physically fight. When women argue, they hit each other emotionally and they backstab and they do this. Like,
oh my gosh. Okay, so let's take some votes because alert. This is they're gonna say who is being blocked.
Terralisha.
So who do you think is being blocked? Go.
Terralisha.
It's not your turn. I'm starting with Kayla.
You didn't say anybody's name. You just said go.
It's the order that I wrote it down.
Nobody can read that.
It's still
Can
the
we
order.
get these notes before the call next time so we can prepare? No.
I don't write notes. I just know that you say something and I'm gonna be like, oh, I remember that. What did
I feel like I need to say Tara Alicia because I know Tara Alicia's going home, but I also just feel like Emily could be a huge possibility. I think it's Emily. I'm gonna say Emily. I'm just gonna like go with it because I know everybody else is thinking Tara Alicia.
Can y'all read this?
No.
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 I wrote Emily.
What are you going to say?
That's who I thought. And a gut feeling is telling me it's going to be Emily.
Yeah, me too.
But I'm going to say Tara Alicia.
Ooh.
That's exactly what just happened to me. Literally exactly the opposite, but the same feeling.
Just because I can't think of any reason with them two talking why they would keep Tara Alicia.
Tara Alicia's not really a threat though at this point.
Not
nobody
anymore.
likes her.
To Courtney.
Emily's been at the
I'm
very
saying
top.
Emily too. I'm saying
Okay.
Emily.
Then say Emily. Be wrong.
Well, yeah, I'm saying Emily. What are
Okay,
you
be
saying?
wrong.
What are you saying?
What do you
It's your turn. What are you
No,
saying?
I'm gonna say Lance.
Whatever. I'm writing it down. You better tell me.
Lock it in.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows who I think is going home, and I think it's Tara Alicia.
Is that your
Strictly
final?
because yes, Courtney is not aware of the Emily conversation. So Courtney still has it in his head that if she stays, he's going home.
Yes, Courtney knows Emily is a snake. Savannah told him that.
No, but they're not. He's not aware of the Tara Alicia conversation with Kat, finding out that she now thinks Emily is this Joker.
Tara Alicia
now-
has been rated number 6 or 7 for 2 weeks in a row. She's not jumping up to first next week to be an influencer to get him out.
How do you know?
Because she's been number 6
How do you know?
or 7 2 weeks in a row.
Have you already watched the next episode? Are you cheating right now?
Now, do
Are
you
lying?
now hold on, let's go with this plan though. If Courtney was not picked by Savannah to go see, and he became the Joker, my logic is failing now because I was going to say, would he have been an influencer? But he didn't pick himself, so never mind.
So last time I thought is like they're for sure going to say this person. They did not for sure say this person. They said somebody else. So the way it's set up, I think they're trying to make us think they're going to go this way, and they're really going to go another.
But what is this, like episode 5 or 6, right?
6.
The producers.
If they're being strategic, it'll be Emily because Emily is the real threat. Emily's been number 2 or 3.
Yeah,
we're up there.
4
right? Or 4. Like she's been in the top. And nobody likes Tara Alicia, and they know that.
But is she a real threat to
River?
Does he know that she's a real threat to him?
I don't think he thinks either one of them are a threat to him, really.
No,
And
he
then
thinks that Tara
Courtney-
Alicia's a threat from that conversation with Courtney, saying if she stays, I'm leaving.
And then Courtney, which one is the
That's on
bigger
Courtney's
threat to him, according to him?
Tara Alicia.
I'm voting Tara Alicia.
We got 2 for Tara Alicia and 2 for Emily.
It's fine.
Well, they can be wrong. It's fine.
Y'all are so salty. Hashtag salty siblings.
I'm not salty. I just know I'm right.
I'm a
Hashtag,
little,
hashtag salty mother and son.
Like mother, like son.
All right.
I'm
So,
not salty, I'm a little slippery.
do you guys think we're going to be getting more new players, or are these going to be the players that we finish the next 7 episodes with?
How
Can I ask, how many episodes are there?
It's 13 episodes in total, and then we just did episode 6.
And how many players? There's 7 right now, right?
But at some point, they got to keep kicking people off, right? Like they can't keep adding people.
There's 8 and one's fixing to go home, so then that'll make 7.
No,
Right.
Mama.
No, I think this is
There's
it.
9.
I think
There's 9.
Yeah. We each have 2. That's 8. And then Lance is 9.
Well, whose pancake did I not write down then?
Did you
Mine.
get Lance,
I did.
Mitchell,
Okay.
River,
Yeah.
Trevor,
Yeah.
Chloe?
Chloe. Oh, I forgot Chloe. How did I not
As do
see
you
her
always.
pancake?
is it a
We've
blonde thing?
Of Chloe's. Did y'all see her tattoos?
What kind of pancake did she do?
A rabbit?
Okay.
Playboy bunny.
I think I'm lying.
9.
I don't know.
Can we talk
really.
about Mitchell's though? Mitchell's plate. Like
9 and one's gonna go home, so that's 8. We have 7 more episodes. I'm gonna say no more new people.
They can't
But-
unless they're gonna start sending multiple people home. They can't.
they're gonna have to send multiple people home anyway at some point. Right now,
Why? Why?
because there's 7 episodes and 8 people.
Well,
And the last episode has to have more than one person.
Well, that's her point.
Are
That's
you a
what
banker too?
sent multiple people home on the last episode.
Yeah.
Are you a banker too, Michaela? Bankers don't
Yes.
calculate very well.
I banked these.
Yeah, that was a
points.
blow to you, Ashley.
Haters. All right. So our next podcast will be on Monday, the 10th.
Yellowstone's over, so if Sunday's better for y'all, I'm good with it.
That's up to y'all. Oh, could we? Is there any way possible we could switch our Thursday night to Wednesday?
Yep.
I don't know that it's necessary because Marcus's games are so early, but he has soccer on Thursday nights. Why should
So
we?
you want to
know.
move?
Hashtag
You want to
circle
move
hub,
Monday
tell
to
us.
Sunday
Tell
and
us,
Thursday to
guys.
Wednesday?
Only if we want to. We don't have to. I'm good with Monday and Thursday. Just curious.
Sunday and Wednesday are fine. I was just checking.
Man,
I don't care either way.
my eyes are itching.
It's just
Sunday and
days
Wednesday work
where-
better actually for me because Thursday is tumbling and then Mondays are just crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, and Sundays my shop is closed anyway, so I ain't gotta
Well,
worry about.
Sundays, sometimes we do things like, I don't know, Willow's birthday party. So are we all going to be
At
done
4?
home, ready to go
8 o'clock.
by 8 o'clock?
We'll just do it right there all together.
Ashley, you live 7 minutes away from your mom, and you don't know if you're gonna be home in 4 hours.
I'm sorry, but I feel like
Or
when we
was
get
that math
together,
too
it's
complicated?
not 4 hours. Tell me I'm wrong. I'll be lucky to leave Mom's house by 10.
Well, why don't we just do Monday this week?
Okay.
Oh, that is
Monday and
Sunday
Wednesday.
this
We
week.
should do Monday and Wednesday.
Those are so close together, too.
Yo,
I mean,
I've just had a very, very long day. Okay, very long day.
Let me just say that there's 24 hours in a day. You don't get a longer day than anybody else.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Especially when that day is full of my water heater flooding. So
at your home or at your job?
at my home, while I was at my job,
In
that
the-
has no heater. My job doesn't have a heater, so my job was like 31 degrees all day.
Hashtag too cold for Texas.
Like when you hurt yourself, but when you're cold and you hurt yourself, it hurts worse. I did
Yeah.
that like 5 times today, and I was just so frustrated. I was just like, cut my hand off. I don't
Did
even
they
care.
come
Cut it
fix
off.
the water heater?
He turned it off.
Y'all have no water?
He's coming back in the morning.
Y'all have no water?
Like none at all, or it just doesn't get hot?
Well, I mean, we're not running it. because it doesn't get hot, and it's 32 degrees in my house or out here.
Is it gonna
not in my
freeze tonight
house.
though?
Yeah, is it gonna freeze?
I have no idea.
You might want to just turn it on and maybe just let the cold water trickle.
Well,
I
he
have no
turned
idea.
off the.
No,
well,
he turned off the he turned off the valves.
Mm.
So do y'all need anything?
Another vacation would be nice.
No joke. Well, holler if you need anything. I love you. Have a good night. We'll end this podcast. And we'll see everybody on Monday at 8 p.m.
Subscribe, like, comment, tell your friends.
Hey.
Bye.
Peace out.
Bye.